In this video, I'm going to show you how to upload videos to YouTube, but I want you to stick around for this entire video because what often happens is people will simply look for the button to upload and then they'll click away from the video. It takes a little bit more than simply uploading your video to be successful, so I want you to take this opportunity to take some time, take a deep breath, and spend a few minutes learning how to make the most of your journey here on YouTube. I can give you all the strategies and tips and approach that you need to be successful if you're just willing to take a few moments to learn how the process works and how you can make the most of it. YouTube Simplified. I'm going to take you through the process of how to upload videos on a desktop as well as your mobile device. And I highly recommend you watch both of those because there will be times that you may want to use each of these options to upload videos. I primarily shoot on a DSLR camera and upload most of my videos via a desktop, but it does come in handy when you have an opportunity to record and edit a video on your mobile device to know how that process works as well. In this video, I'm going to show you both of those. I'm going to give you some specific tips when you're uploading on mobile to get the most of that and avoid the annoying things like the upload timeout and all the other little issues that crop up when trying to upload videos to YouTube with less than stellar internet connection. Also going to give you the tips and strategies that you need once you've uploaded and while you're uploading videos to YouTube to make sure you're making the most of that process. Let's jump over to YouTube now and I will show you how this works on desktop. Later on in this video, we'll move over to the mobile device and I'll show you that as well. Stay tuned. I have a bunch of important information to share with you. And if you take the few minutes right now to learn it all, it is going to pay major dividends as you move forward here on YouTube. All right, so first thing you want to do is go to youtube.com. This is what it will look like. In the upper right-hand corner, you should be seeing the icon for your account. If you do not see that, you do have to be signed in, of course, to upload a video. If you try to click on upload video here without that, it's going to ask you which account you want to use. You can use your Google account to log in, and then that will allow you to upload a video to your YouTube channel. Now, I do recommend this two-step verification. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to make a video on how you set that up. I'd be happy to do that for you. But basically what happens when you log in on a desktop, it sends a notice to your mobile device as a secondary confirmation that you are in fact the person who should be signing into this account. So I happen to have multiple channels on here, but we'll select the channel that we're going to upload. If you only have one, then you won't have that option. So here we're going to go to our channel here. And we're on our channel, and in the upper right-hand corner, you will see this little camera icon. Now, when you click on that, you're going to have upload video. You may or may not have go live. If you've never uploaded a video, you probably won't see the go live. And then you probably won't have the create post option. That's related to the community tab, which I think they're giving out 1,000 or 10,000 subscribers at this point. But in any case, we want to focus on upload video. All right, so we are here on the upload videos. We can either go to select files or we can actually drag a video from somewhere and drop it over here. We'll go into select files just so we can see what that looks like. We're going to select the last meeting from the POV Society just to upload as a test here. And this is going to bring us to that wizard that's going to walk us through the steps of the upload process. Now, you'll notice a few things that are different on my screen that may be different from you. For one, we have a description or a lot of information in our description already filled out. This is probably going to be blank for you if you've never uploaded a video. If you want to know how to get this information to pre-fill on your videos, which I highly recommend, do a search on my channel here on Creator Fundamentals for upload defaults. That's going to show you where to save this information on your YouTube channel so that it always gets included in your description. So if you want to tell people to follow you on social media, for example, and let people know where else you have things or your website and all those links, you can get them to automatically populate in your description before you type anything else. And that is super helpful. So we definitely want to get those upload defaults saved at some point to save you a lot of time and effort of of having to copy it or write it from scratch every time you upload a video. As you'll notice while we're on this screen, in the lower part of the window that's popped up here in the middle, you'll see upload. You'll see a little bar here to indicate the progress, plus you'll also see a percentage, and it'll tell you approximately how much time is left in that process. Now, as we scroll down on the screen, you'll see a couple different things. After your video is fully uploaded, these three are going to populate with recommended screen prints from the video that YouTube has suggested to you for the purpose of your thumbnail. I do recommend that you make custom thumbnails, but for the time being here, you can certainly select one of those. You can also use the upload thumbnail option, which you would create your own custom thumbnail and upload it right here. As you can see, because I have Tubebuddy installed, I also have this tab to be able to create a custom thumbnail using the built-in tool of the thumbnail creator on the Tubebuddy plugin. Now, if you're not familiar with Tubebuddy, Tubebuddy is a program that you install that has a plugin that integrates with your browser. In this case, I'm using the Chrome browser, and it provides tools like this one inline on YouTube. So when you upload a video and you need to do certain things, keyword research, or in this case, create a thumbnail, you actually have that tool on YouTube itself. It actually puts it right on the page so you can click it like it's a button that YouTube intended you to use, and you'll be able to do that. In this case, this particular feature will become available once the video is fully uploaded. So that's what it's telling us right there. You'll also see we have an option for playlists. Now, playlists are important as well. You can see I have a bunch of different playlists here. You have the option to create a new playlist if you don't have them. As you upload videos to your YouTube channel and you start to get a sense of what your channel's about and what topics you're going to cover, you can group your videos together. You can stack them all up in that playlist, and that gives people an opportunity to watch more of your content by going into that playlist and seeing a group of related videos. So that's very helpful to you as well. Definitely recommend doing that as you move forward. Also, we have a requirement now because of COPPA and the FTC, which is identifying whether your content is created for kids. You have the option here, yes, it's made for kids, or no, it's not made for kids. If you do intend to make content for kids, there's some other things you need to consider in terms of some limitations about how you can monetize your channel, etc. But if your intention is not to make a video geared towards children, you can mark no, it's not made for kids. Age restriction is typically, we don't have to put on here unless you're making content that's very inappropriate in terms of minors, and you need to identify it as yes, don't let anybody under the age of 18 see my stuff. But by default, this is going to be set to no. We're going to leave that. Now, one of the things that are a little less obvious down here is more options. This is actually where tags live now. YouTube has certainly been stressing the idea that keyword phrases in terms of a group of them on a video are becoming less and less relevant, and they've kind of tucked these tags out of the way because they are, for the most part, smart enough to understand what your video is about using your title and your description, provided that you've done a good job writing your title and your description. But I still use these. I take a moment. I actually use Morning Fame and Tubebuddy to come up with keyword phrases to fill in the tags. Until they've completely removed this field, I'm going to continue to give YouTube as much information as I can to help them understand what my video is about. I recommend you do it as well. See down here, you'll see that there's some other Tubebuddy. That's what this little TB. These are all additional features that appear on the YouTube wizard. Once you've installed the Tubebuddy plugin, you can actually go to trytubebuddy.today and install that, get your account set up for free, and then install that plugin on your browser, and these will appear when you upload video. And as you can see, it's giving you recommendations for different tags that you might use on this video. Obviously, it doesn't really know what this video is about yet because right now it's just called Zoom Zero and it doesn't know what to do with that. But as you come up with a actual title for your video, it's going to look for related content to show you in terms of what people are actually searching for and what type of content exists out there, trying to understand exactly what your content is about. Most of this other stuff, a lot of these things are defaulted. Choose your language. Choose the language that your video is actually in. Don't try, if you're not doing a video in English, for example, Don't select English because you want to target the United States. You're going to create a disconnect between what people are expecting in your content and what they're actually getting. So I would recommend that you choose the actual language that the video is in. That's going to help them push it to the right people. Also down here in license, you have Creative Commons and you have standard YouTube license. I would typically leave this as standard YouTube license because Creative Commons basically means you're giving other people the right to use your content. And as a matter of practice, I recommend that you maintain the copyright ownership of your videos. Now, most of these other things, I don't typically include a recording date or location. Don't need anybody to know where you made this video for the most part, unless you have a very specific reason to do so. Down here, we have categories. You want to choose the category that best illustrates the type of content that you're making and be consistent with that so YouTube understands exactly what your stuff is. And then you have the option to kind of control the comments that people are leaving. Hold appropriate, potentially inappropriate comments, hold all comments, disable comments, allow all comments. The hold potentially inappropriate allows YouTube to see things that may come off, maybe spam or other things that you don't want to display, and allow you to review them first before they appear. And that can be helpful to you in terms of making sure that people are not blowing up your comment section with inappropriate content, because YouTube can hold you responsible for that content. And you want to make sure that you don't get penalized because somebody is doing inappropriate stuff in your comments. We certainly saw that to a certain degree with some of the protections they put in place against or for children, where people were making inappropriate content comments in comment sections of otherwise completely fine videos. They weren't inappropriate videos, but people took them to an inappropriate place, and that had some negative effects on the creator. So that is part of your responsibility to make sure your comment section is not a dumpster fire. So that's important. Monetization on. I monetize all my videos. You probably, if you're just starting out and this is your first video, you don't have monetization yet. If you want to understand how monetization works, you can check out the video on my channel called How to Get 1,000 Subscribers and 4,000 Watch Hours. That's going to give you the background of what you need to do to get monetized here on YouTube as well. In this case, this is, you know, I leave all of my ads turned on. Once you get those, you can revisit that and decide for yourself how you want to do that. And then ad suitability. One of the things that YouTube provides, I believe it's just to some creators at this point, is the opportunity to self-govern your content in terms of identifying whether or not you are touching on any of these particular topics that they've identified, in terms of whether or not your content is on the edge or steps into some of these restricted categories. The reason for that is they want you to basically determine whether or not your content is suitable for all advertisers based on the criteria that YouTube set. If you do a good job of this and you're not trying to pull one over on YouTube, you'll get a message that says, keep up the good work. It looks like you filled out this questionnaire accurately on previous videos. As a result, we're using your input when determining if your videos follow our ad-friendly guidelines. That prevents those automated monetization or demonetization things from popping up as frequently or at all, when they give you the ability to do the job appropriately and identify that, hey, I'm not doing anything against the rules. We're good to go here. So then we click next. Here we get to the visibility screen. We can see down at the bottom, we've now moved to 100% uploaded. Once it is finished uploading, then it's going to go into processing. You'll notice you have a little square here called SD. Now, this is an important thing you really need to pay attention to here, because I get this question a lot. People will often say, hey, I uploaded an HD video, 1080, 4K, whatever it is, and my video doesn't look good. When I upload it, I can't get to high definition, or when I do get to high definition, it doesn't look right. YouTube processes your video in steps. So the first thing it will do is prepare a standard definition version of your video to display. When you first upload it, that's what you're dealing with, a standard definition version of your video, regardless of the top quality that you produced. What it's going to do is it's going to process that standard definition, and then it'll get to 100%. That's when the video can now be published and viewed on YouTube. It will then go to the next step and start processing an HD or high definition version of your video. Now, this is important to understand because you do have the option to keep this video unlisted or private until that full HD is processed. I don't typically do it because I know that YouTube will get to that at some point. It varies in time how long it takes them based on the length of the video or whatever else it's processing. So I usually will publish the video at standard definition, and when it's done doing its thing, then the video will be available at all the different quality levels. But it's important to understand that when you're uploading the video, when it doesn't look like it's full HD, when you view it for the first time after getting it up there, this is why. So that's all taken care of. That's what's going to happen there. On this screen, we have visibility. My personal preference is to upload in unlisted, and I do that for a few reasons. I don't like to go straight to public because I like to double check that I've done everything I can to optimize video. So by doing it as unlisted and clicking save, that's going to send us over to the video list. Now you'll see there's a scheduling option on there. If you're just starting to upload, I wouldn't get too involved in scheduling, but that basically means you have the option upon upload to set it to go public, and public is when other people get to see it and notifications go out, etc. Then you can set that out at a future date. But what I do is I upload as unlisted. You'll see that it still says video processing 95%. We'll close that, and then it's going to bring us to our video list. And you'll see here at the top, it's still at 95% processed, and it shows up as pending. Basically, the different visibility that you're going to see here, you're going to see pending while it's uploading. You're going to see unlisted until it gets published. And then once it's published, you're going to have this public icon here. When you're first uploading, it's just super important that you're focusing on learning as much as you can about the mechanics of the upload process and how to make a good video. Most of our videos aren't going to be that great when we start. You really want to just accept that fact and get your videos uploaded. Check out that video after you've uploaded. Maybe you say, oh, the lighting wasn't that good. I'll try to make a tweak for next video. Pick out one thing every time you upload a video and try to make improvements as you move along. Now, I also want to share with you how to get that video uploaded to YouTube via the mobile app. We're going to do that now, and then we'll follow back on that video that should be finished processing to show you exactly how to put the finishing touches on that video before you actually publish it. All right, so here on my iPhone, we've opened the YouTube mobile app. If you don't have the YouTube mobile app, you definitely want to get that installed on your mobile device. But we are in YouTube and we are on our channel. We'll go to our channel right here just so you can see what that looks like. So we're on our channel, but you can get to this from any screen once you're in the YouTube app. You'll see the little camera icon at the top. And then when you click on that, you're going to get a menu that pops up from the bottom. Now, you may not have all these options right away because certain things are given to you at different times as you continue to grow your channel. What we're actually interested in is the video option. So we're going to click on video. It's going to bring you into the videos that are on your mobile device. And then we're just going to select a video. Now, you do have the option to edit the video on this screen. What I would recommend, though, is that you've created your video and you've edited your video prior to going into the YouTube mobile app to upload. The editing features that are available on YouTube aren't that robust, so you may not be able to do everything you want to do. If you are in a position where you need to edit this on YouTube, you are probably going to want to be able to do that on a desktop. I don't know that the YouTube editor works that well or at all. I don't even think you can get to it definitely not on an iPhone. Not sure if you can get to it. Not sure if you can get to it on an Android device. But in any event, for the purpose of your videos, I would recommend that you get the final video processed and edited and ready to go before you come here. But you've selected your completely edited video. We're not going to do any trimming because our video is good to go the way it is. We're going to click next. And then we get that message. You're legally required to comply with COPPA, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, just to identify whether or not this video is intended for kids. In this case, no, this video is not intended for kids. We have the option to create a title, which we're going to do. We're just going to call it a title for now. The option to add a description, which you're actually going to describe what's in your video. We're going to go back there. Then we have the public option or the visibility option on your video. Like I said, same thing applies here. I would recommend that you start as unlisted so you're focused on the upload process. Rather than put a bunch of work into this and then have your upload process fail and have to redo it, I like to focus on just getting the video up, and then once it's up there, once that upload is complete, then it's locked in and it's not going to disappear, and you're not going to lose any of your work. That's why I upload these as unlisted. So we're going to do just unlisted. I'm not going to mess with the location at all. We're not going to worry about adding it to playlists at this point. We just want to get the video uploaded. So we've given it a title. We're going to click that upload button, and then it's going to bring us to a screen that shows us the process. You'll see it says processing, then it's going to go to uploading. You'll notice that little link icon that shows you that it is an unlisted video. And the reason they show a link icon, because with unlisted videos, you can share the video link with people who can watch it without it being presented to the full public viewing audience. So that's important to know. This particular video was 27 seconds long, so it was so quick that it uploaded and disappeared. You'll see that we have that video is now on our list of videos, and it is in fact uploaded. Now, here's where things get a little bit different or a little bit tricky on the mobile app. You would think if you upload on the YouTube app that you would edit that video on the YouTube app, but you can't really do a whole lot of editing on the YouTube app. They do give you some ability to publish it on the YouTube app, which is actually even a new thing, but they may be heading to a point where they take the YouTube Studio app and the YouTube app and merge them together. But so far, you have much more control over this on the actual YouTube Studio app. So if you do a search for YouTube Studio app, you'll find the other app that YouTube creates to be able to get in and do this. Now, this is actually a lot more access than they've had in previous versions of the YouTube app. So hopefully they're heading in that direction. That would be a really great feature to have. But in this case, we're going to X out of here, and then we're going to open the YouTube Studio app. Now, this is the YouTube Studio app. In addition to showing us our analytics and behind the scenes stuff, it also allows us to go in and edit videos. So now that we have that video uploaded, and just so you know, I'm going to show you exactly how we got there, because I went in there a little bit fast. So when you open the YouTube Studio app, and again, you're going to have to log into it using the same account that you have on your YouTube app, we are going to click on the three lines and we're going to go to videos. That's going to show us the videos that we just uploaded. We're going to go to the one that we actually uploaded there. And then we can click the little pencil, and you can see here they have changed both the YouTube app and this to kind of match each other. The difference being, as you can see, where they've chosen a still screen image for your thumbnail, you can actually click on that thumbnail and be able to select your own custom thumbnail. So that is one thing that they haven't, but it's awesome to see how much these match on the YouTube Studio app and the mobile app, because it does imply that they are working to merge these two applications together, and that's going to be awesome to have one-stop shopping. But you'll see this is where you can go and do a little more adjustments. You're seeing some of the same options they're giving you on the YouTube app down here in terms of your description and your unlisted. Monetization, when you have it on, you can turn monetization on and off right here. And then you have some additional options that I showed you on the desktop, which is your licensing and category and those sorts of things. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to discard. We're going to go. What you really want to do or focus on in this particular thing is to get your title written, get your description and your thumbnail. And then once all that is good to go, To publish it, you simply come in here, set it to public, and then hit save. I'm not going to do it for this video because I don't want to publish this video on this channel. You click that save button after you've set it to public, and congratulations, that video is now public and live on YouTube. So now we're going to jump back over to the desktop version, and I'm going to show you what that video looks like now that it's done processing. All right, so now that that first video is done processing, we're going to see that it is now as unlisted. This means if you drill into that video, you can actually share that video with people to watch. So if you're doing something like a collaboration, for example, and you wanted to share the video and let people watch it before you published it, you can certainly do it with this link. But now this gives us an opportunity to have a successfully uploaded video that nobody can see and allow us to really go through here in more detail and figure out whether we've added everything that we want. You can see that it has the default description like we mentioned, and also some more of those Tubebuddy tools. In this case, it's basically a checklist that identifies all the best practices and whether you've done them. And that's definitely something I recommend too, by going to trytubebuddy.today and installing that plugin to get this kind of stuff for free. Definitely helpful. But similar to what we just looked at on the mobile side, you're going to select playlists. You're going to eventually set this public. And again, once you're ready to roll, you're going to click into the video. You're going to come into here. You're going to set this to public. And now this is, I always found this to be a little bit confusing, so it may trip you up. If you set it to public and then you just click anywhere else, you didn't actually do anything, because you really need to set it to public, and then you need to click the done button to kind of lock in that change. And then once you've done that, then you need to click save. That's going to be what takes this video and pushes it out to everybody on YouTube. So it is a process. There are some things. What I recommend is that you like this video. That's going to save it to your list of liked videos, so you can always refer back to it if you run into a stumbling block. Also, if you don't have time, if you've been skipping through this video, I do recommend that you watch the whole video. You do have the option to add it to your watch later playlist as well. That's going to give you the option to spend more time in this video, take some notes, and really learn how this process works. It's going to help you in making the entire effort of uploading a video a lot less cumbersome. You're going to get more comfortable with it, and then it's just going to become second nature. That's why I recommend that you spend some time now, take a few extra minutes. Don't be in such a rush to learn how this all works, because all these little things are going to go a long way in helping you do just that. And I don't want you to let your learning stop here. This is a journey. This is a marathon. There's a lot to learn, and it's going to be a lot more enjoyable for you to upload content when people are finding your videos and watching your videos and subscribing to your channel. In fact, that's what Creator Fundamentals is all about, helping you enjoy creating content by getting all of this stuff out of the way so that you're rewarded for the effort that you put into your YouTube channel. So make sure you click the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss future content that'll help you achieve your goals. I'm also going to throw a playlist up on the screen right now for YouTube feature tutorials, so you can learn the ins and outs of the YouTube platform to be as efficient as possible in your YouTube journey. I'll see you in the next video.